matters unless there's a nuclear war, which you voted to send arms and weapons to Ukraine. Tulsi Gabbard, she's left the Democratic Party because there are a bunch of war hawks. Okay? You originally voted, you ran as an outsider.
Hey, welcome guys to another video. Look I'm going to react to this video and watch it along with you guys. So let's check this out, man, because it's really good.
Congresswoman, none of this matters unless there's a nuclear war, which you voted to send arms and weapons to Ukraine. Tulsi Gabbard, she's left the Democratic Party because there are a bunch of war hawks. Okay? You originally voted, you ran as an outsider, yet you've been voting to start this war in Ukraine. You're voting to start a nuclear war with Russia and China. Why are you playing with the lives of American citizens? You're playing with our lives.
There will be no neighbors if there's a nuclear bomb. You voted to mobilize and send money to Ukrainian Nazis. You're a coward.
That's the people in
You're
some
a
masks.
progressive socialist. Where are
One
you
guy's just
looking.
he's just
telling
looking
the
at
right
his phone.
Truth. You have done
Gentlemen,
nothing.
ain't nothing bothering him.
Gabbard
I
has
got
shown
Texas
guts
to do.
where you've shown cowardice.
I got to scour the internet.
I believed in you, and you became the very thing you sought to fight against. That's what you've become. You are the establishment, and you are the reason why everybody will end up in a nuclear war unless you choose to stand up right now and denounce the Democratic Party. Will you do that? Yes or no? Okay, simple. Are you going to stop nuclear war? Yes or no? There is no line, because this is bullshit. None of this matters if we're all dead. None of it. You know that. Then let's take it up right now, because this is the only thing that matters. This is the only thing that matters right now. We could be in a nuclear war at any minute, and you continue to fund it. That's what's going on.
Yeah, I wish you could hear what she was saying.
You're the liar here. Nobody has held you accountable. That's what's happening. And it is time for you to stand up and realize that what you've been saying has been lies. Let your conscience come through for once.
Why don't they let him talk? Dude, sit down. Let him talk. Yeah, so sometimes when you watch videos like this, you obviously know this was staged. The first guy said his piece, and they knew where they were going to shut him down. Then you have another guy stand up. He takes over. I think he was more believable because he was a person of color. Now, this is something that Alex Stein does, and I'm surprised that AOC didn't have any kind of security there. The gentleman at the end stood up and was going to put him, tell him to sit down. But obviously, you couldn't hear her end of it. One thing about the Democratic Party is they flaunt this, big government, big tech, social media giants. We're against all them. We're for the little guy. That's nonsense, because all these liberal Democrat globalists are in all these banks, big banks. They're on all the big businesses. They're in all the big manufacturing. You rarely see anyone that's right-wing that runs a large corporation, whether it's banking industry or if it's the grocery industry or other things like that. You never see Republicans. Now, no, they got the stigma in the past, and rightfully so, that they were for big business. That's not the case anymore. These Democrats are into huge amounts of money. They're into corruptness. They're into, that's the whole goal with this whole communist push to do their agenda, is to push everyone out that doesn't believe in them. And then they bring in, and only the elites get the perks. The rest of them, whether they're journalists, whether they're workers, whether they're average day citizens, they get pushed down in the gravel. And these guys get pumped up with chicks like this who are just, all she is, she's not smart enough to be an elite. She's not smart enough to be a globalist. She'll be pushed aside when all these people, they come to power, they get what they want, and then they shove it, just like Cuba. that's a classic example. Venezuela, North Korea, China, all these other countries that they get the elite in power, the military, they sit there and lick their boots, and it's these people like this. You know what? They stand up for, they didn't want Trump in power because he's going to start the next nuclear war, right? That ain't the case. These guys are, okay? And they're into this giving money away to Ukraine because they think it's, even these established Republicans think it's okay to be giving money away that we're $30 trillion in debt and we got enough money to print for someone else. And then when we go to the grocery store, whether we go to the furniture store or the gas stations or wherever, especially you guys in Europe, you're paying for this crap. You're paying for this BS. This is a bunch of garbage. And she's, you know what cracks me up about her is she's just a follower. She has no kind of control. They're going to push her out. They're going to run her over with the tank eventually. And she's just going to be just ground up mess because she doesn't have a thing to stand on. She's been at 3 years. She's been in this position. She's worth $23 million, making $170,000 a year. Before that, she was a bartender. 3 years being a bartender, you ain't making $23 million. 3 years in Congress, 3 years in Congress, you're making $23 million. So this is a line of BS, and everything's got to stop. These people got to be pushed out. They got to be like this guy. This has to happen more and more. These people in this audience, they're just bootlickers like she is, right? They got their mask on, they're listening, and they want to get her to stop. One lady, a Muslim, comes over and she, is trying to, can you stand it down a little bit? You're too loud. And she's pointing to someone else. I mean, and she's trying to shout. I wish she could hear what she was saying, but she has no idea how to combat this. She's just following along with everybody else, taking the $23 million and enjoying all the perks. She gets all her food taken care of, all her plane flights, all her clothing, everything. She don't have to worry. Even her housing is taken care of as long as she follows along with what they're telling her. Listen, I hope you guys found value in this video. I would appreciate you guys commenting and sharing this with your family and your friends. Like this video and subscribe. Hit the bell when you do that. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye now.
I'm on the run, I've got no alibi for what I've done. Took what you treasure, and I'm never gonna give it up.